I could tell you all about how happy, how stable, how satisfied and calm and optimistic I am. I mean, it's an accurate statement, but I'm not here to make this about me. I'm here to share some insight into what has proven in my case to be the secret to happiness. It's about being wrong and doing something about it. And that's not me, that's everyone. So, I'm here to help make the path feel just a little bit clearer, much in the way that every word my therapist told me held the significance of 20 years of pain summed up in a diagnosis. Bipolar disorder, major depression, generalized anxiety, stubborn agnosticism, sticking up for those who do me wrong. I am here to make sure that I leave no doubt in those who make up the world around me that happiness is possible. Truly, even with a diagnosis and trauma, but it's not easy, it's not cheap, and it does not at all mean that I don't have any pain in my life and haven't been through some dark times. Want to know what my secret is? I took responsibility and molded myself into the person you see before you today. Want to know what taking responsibility meant for me? What it cost me? How much I put into it? First of all, the medication. I had to get my disorder out of the way so that I could work on me. The medication started with trial and error, took a couple of years to get right, and I've had to keep up consistently taking my cocktail, 4 psychiatric medications, every single night, not only since then, but I'm sure for the rest of my life. The visits to the psychiatric office, boy, let me tell you, the probably hundreds of hours spent waiting over the years. For much of 2010, I had 10 appointments a month. Every one of those visits came with a copay. Now, I was blessed to have insurance that allowed these copays to be minimal. Still, I wonder how much I've spent in total on this treatment. Actually, no, I really don't. And do you want to know why? Because whatever I've spent there, if I could go back knowing how much it cost in the end, I'd do it all over again. I'd throw more money at it because nothing in life could ever be worth every dollar like that is. So I went from 10 visits a month in 2010 to maybe 4 visits a month in 2013 to 2 visits in 2019 and 1 in 2020 when I said goodbye to my beloved therapist Ken. To these 10 years I spent in therapy, I was not a mere witness. I was the most active participant. Therapy is not laying on a couch and having a chat, and it's not a fun opportunity to discuss your dreams or have someone's undivided attention. Therapy was talking about everything, from the real to the imaginary, from the relevant to the trivial, to identify problematic thinking that was getting in the way of my happiness, and at times I wondered if I owned any happiness at all. Therapy was countless worksheets done over the years, worksheets that taught me how to correct my own thinking when it's damaging or plain wrong. Therapy was diving into and soaking in pain, thinking about it, figuring out how to describe it, and then how to learn from it and change it. Therapy was EMDR, coming face to face and toe to toe with my trauma, feeling the warmth of its gruesome breath, seeing the spittle fly when it screamed in my face, threatening to drive me to madness or worse. With EMDR, I saw that creepy, lonely, roadside motel room of a memory, and I moved the fuck in. I put all my clothes in the drawers and I put my own sheets on the bed and I said, this is my house now. Your threats and your breath and your razor sharp nails are no match for my ability to withstand and outlast you. I faced that trauma until it morphed into memory. Clear as day, fully understood by an adult who looks back and feels no pain associated with this memory. I did this twice. Sitting in misery and just feeling the emptiness until the right path became so clear, but I couldn't believe I was laying eyes on a way out. I thought I would die there, and it still wasn't over. Years of dueling with my demons, quite skillfully with the help of my therapist, I must say. made me strong. They made me quick on my feet and quick to react, so the damage became lesser and farther between. Therapy was also learning how to be wrong. I learned that not only is there power in being wrong, but there's only power in being wrong. When I'm right, that's great, but there's nothing to learn or improve there. When someone else is wrong, what can I do about it? When I'm wrong, however, those years of therapy taught me how to embrace being wrong and love to be the one to admit it. And I think not nearly enough people see it that way, but I learned it through repetitively saying things that I come to realize are ridiculous the more I talk with someone who teaches me how to judge my own thoughts, actions, feelings, and statements to determine whether they're true, helpful, and necessary. Therapy was confessing sins otherwise unspoken. It was picking at and staring at and talking about a scab as it healed into a scar. And those scars, which have been literal and have been figurative and have been both at once, those scars became my deepest pride, because they weren't just cuts that healed on their own. They were cuts that I made to myself, pain that I felt alone, and healing that I never could have done alone. Therapy wasn't just speaking openly and honestly, it was listening openly and willingly. Therapy was learning the hard way how to feel and act. It was learning the hard way how to think and believe. It was learning the hard way how to hurt and heal. And of all the blessings in my life, and there have been oh so many, what I may perhaps be most thankful for is the time I spent in therapy, training my heart and my brain to not only get along, but dance ballroom together. Like it was meant to be. Because it was.